Hi, this is you, Michael. In this video, I'm going to teach you about PYQ, past year question, May 2026, CA Foundation Accounting. This is the problem from not-for-profit organizations. Question number 5B. Let us start the question. Summary of receipts and payments of Urban Healthcare Society for the year ended 31st March 2026. Receipts. These are the receipts. Opening cash at bank 24,000. Subscriptions 1,50,000. Donation 45,000. Raised for meeting revenue expenditure. Interest on investments 9% per annum 27,000 rupees. Health checkup camp collection 37,500. Payments. Payment for medicine supply 90,000. Honorarium to doctors 30,000. Salaries 84,000. Miscellaneous expenses 3,000. Equipment purchased 45,000. Health checkup camp expenses 4,500. Additional information 1st April 2025, 31st March 2026. Subscription due in the beginning 4,500, at the end 6,600. Subscription received in advance in the beginning 3,600, at the end 2,100. Stock of medicines 30,000, 45,000. Amount due for medicine supply 27,000, 39,000. Value of equipment 63,000, 90,000. Value of building 1,50,000, 1,44,000. You are required to prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2026. All working should form part of the answer. Yes, in this question, we have to prepare income and expenditure account. For the preparation of income and expenditure account, all expenses should be written on the debit side, all income should be recorded on the credit side. Income and expenditure account, we need to do certain working notes, because here the question is directing all working should form part of your answer. So we have to do certain workings. Let us start here. Solution. Working 1. Working note 1. While preparing income and expenditure account, the major working notes is relating to subscription. So, working note 1, subscriptions. Subscriptions for the year 2025-26. So, here we are going to calculate the amount of subscription that should be shown on the credit side of income and expenditure account. While doing this working notes, you should keep in mind the subscription relating to this year. This year means the year starts on 1st April 2025 to 31st March 2026. It begins on this date, it ends on this date. In between 12 months are there. For these 12 months, what are the subscriptions that we have to receive actually? Those are to be taken into account. For that, what we have to do? You take receipts. In receipts, subscriptions 1,50,000 is given. It means during the year, we received 1,50,000. Whether that amount relates to current year or previous year or next year, we don't know. unless you read the additional information. So first we take that amount, this one, subscription received during 2025 to 26 is equal to 1,50,000. To this we should add two items from this question. Subscription due in the beginning 4,500 and at the end 6,600. This 6,600 means this amount relates to the current year. Current year means the year which ends on 31st March 2026 relates to the current year but not yet received. So it is going to be received next year. But even then, we have to consider this amount for the current year income. So we should add it. Subscription due on 31/3/2026. What is the amount? 6,600. Now, this is over. Now take this. Subscription received in advance as on this date means this is relating to the current year, that is 2025 April 1st to March 2026, but it had already been received last year. That is the meaning of this. So what we can conclude, this is relating to the current year. So whatever amount that relates to the current year should be included. So add subscription received in advance in the beginning, that is 3,600. Now if you take the total 0020, 1,60,200. Now from this you have to subtract these two items. How? Say this one. Subscription due in the beginning means, in the beginning it is due means what? It is relating to last year and it was not received in that year. It is received in this year. We should assume like that. It means this 4,500 which is relating to the last year is received this year and included in this 1,50,000. Since it is included in 1,50,000, it should be subtracted because it doesn't relate to the current year. Subtract it. So what we have to write? Subscription due in the beginning. Subscription due on 1/4/2025. Take this in the inner column because this item and this item total we have to subtract. So 4,500 and this is what? 2,100. Subscription received in advance as on this date means on this date there is an advance means it is relating to the next year. It is received this year and included in this. That's why you have to subtract it. Minus subscription received in advance. Amount is 2,100. Now this total 6,600. Subtract 006 351, 1,53,000. This is to be taken on the credit side of income and expenditure account. This is the first working note. Now working note 2. Look here, there is a stock of medicine in the beginning and at the end. Amount due for medicine supply 27,000, 39,000. From these four items, we have to arrive at the medicines consumed in two different steps. How? For this, I suggest you to prepare one supplier's account, one stock account. Of course, for this also we can prepare subscription account. By preparing subscription account, you can find out this. Anyhow, we have done like this. Now, working note 2, you should write creditors for medicines. Creditors for medicines. Here debit, here credit. What we have to do? Amount due for medicine supply in the beginning 27,000 means we had purchased these medicines last year and we have to still pay to them as on this date. This is opening liability towards the creditors. So you have to take on the credit side. Date is 1/4/2025. By balance brought down 27,000. And this is the closing balance. At the end of the year, we have to pay this amount, that is amount due to them. It's a liability. Since opening balance comes on credit side, closing balance comes on debit side. To balance carried down. How much is the amount? 39,000. Over. This is over. This is over. Now, if you verify the payments, read the payments here. Payment for medicine supply 90,000. It means to these creditors we have paid to cash account or bank account. To bank account, how much? 90,000. You should write here 90,000. Now, if you take the balance of this account, you will get the medicines purchased amount. Now, debit side total 0,009,1,921. 1,29,000. It means the difference is 1,02,000. What do you call this? By purchase of medicines. By purchase of medicines. This amount we have to post in a different account. That is what? Now you should remember this. 1,53,000. Let us write. Income and expenditure account of, okay, for the year ended dash dash. Date you have to write here. Here what you have to write? The name of the organization. What is the name of the organization? Healthcare Society. Here you have to write in the books of healthcare society. This is debit, this is credit. Now, here incomes amount rupees. Here expenditure amount rupees. Close this. Now this we take here. Working note 1. By subscriptions. Working note 1. 1,53,600. And after that, now once you prepare this creditors for medicines account, you should prepare stock of medicines account. Stock of medicines account. Debit, credit. This is working note 3. Working note 3. What you have to write? Stock of medicines in the beginning is 30,000. This is an asset in the beginning. Debit side you have to write. To balance brought down you should write 30,000. Credit side what you have to write? This one, closing. By balance carried down 45,000. Now this amount of purchase, when you purchase medicines, what is the journal entry? Purchase of medicines account debit or stock of medicines account debit to creditors account. So this amount is to be posted on the debit side. Stock of medicine debit, creditors credit. So here you should write to creditors for medicines 1,02,000. Now if you take this total 0,00231 1,32,000, now balance 87,000. This is called what? This is medicines consumed. This is to be transferred to income and expenditure account. This is consumed. Medicine consumed. Why it is medicines consumed? Let us understand. In the beginning, we had 30,000 stock. During the year, we purchased 1,02,000 further medicines. Total medicines for the year 1,32,000. Out of this total, at the end of the year, 45,000 is left not used. It means remaining 87,000 medicines were used, consumed. This consumption of medicines is to be taken as expenditure in income and expenditure account. So debit side to medicines consumed. Medicines consumed. How much is this? 87,000. So two major working notes are over. Now this is according to working note 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Now let us come from the beginning. Opening cash will not come in the income and expenditure account. Only during the year whatever revenue receipts, revenue payments will come in the income and expenditure account. There are two types of receipts, revenue receipts, capital receipts. Only revenue receipts will be taken here. And payments also, two types of payments, revenue payments and capital payments. Only revenue payments are taken here. I am not going to explain in detail because this is PYQ problem. So I expect that something you have already learned. So if it is from the beginning, I would have explained step by step easily. Now subscriptions were already taken. Donations 45,000 raised for meeting revenue expenditure. Donations are of two types. Donations, general donations and specific donations. Specific donation means like donation received for building, construction of building, donation for buying land, etc. Those are to be treated as liabilities. because we can't use that money for our regular expenses. But in case of general donations, we can use that amount if it is small. Use the amount during the year. Whatever donations that we can spend at our own will and wish, that should be taken as income. Here it is clearly mentioned that raised means collected for meeting a revenue expenditure. Here revenue expenditure will come, here revenue income will come. So since this donation can be used for meeting these expenses, you can take that donation here as income by donation. How much is that? Donation 45,000. 45,000. Now, interest on investments 9%. It is an income. Regularly it comes by interest on investments 27,000. You don't need to consider this 9%. This 9% will be considered only for calculating the value of the investment. Here we are not going to prepare any balance sheet. That is the reason we don't bother about 9%. Leave it. Then health checkup camp collections. There was a camp, that is a specific event. In that specific event, we received some collections from the public. How much is that? 37,500. And out of this, we had spent some amount, 4,500. This is income from specific event, that is the health checkup camp, and this is expenditure. The difference between this and this is taken as profit. Credit side. Profit means credit side. Profit from the checkup camp. Checkup camp. Collection is how much? 37,500 minus expenses 4,500. 33,000. Now, let us check the remaining items. Honorarium to doctors. This is an expense. Debit side. Honorarium to doctors. How much is that? 30,000. 30,000. Salaries. 84,000. Miscellaneous expenses. 3,000. These are all expenses. Equipment purchased 45,000. Look here, value of equipment is in the beginning 63,000 and we purchased 45,000. This plus this will become the total equipment, and from the total subtract this 90,000, you will get the depreciation. Depreciation on equipment. So debit side to depreciation on equipment. What we have to do? We should take the opening balance. What is the opening balance? 63,000 plus purchase 45,000 minus closing balance. 90,000. Now what is the difference? 18,000. You will get 18,000. Again, depreciation on building. Building in the beginning was 1,50,000 and at the end it was 1,44,000. The difference is depreciation. That is 1,50,000 minus 1,44,000 equals to 6,000. The depreciation. Now you can take the balance so that you will get the surplus or deficit. Balance is 30,600. This is called surplus. So here in this question, the main points are: number one, preparation of creditors account to find out this amount, and number two, preparation of stock of medicines account to find out the medicines consumed. Try to remember this. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.